You know who I find really cool? They're not the people that always know what to say. They're not the ones whose lives always looked perfectly filtered. It's the people that are not afraid to be seen trying. Like, really trying, even when it's messy, even when they're unsure, even when they're bad at it, they're not afraid to be seen trying by other people. They're the type of people that go back to school even when they're like in their 30s, 40s, or 50s. They're the ones who raise their hand in the room full of pride to just ask that one seemingly dumb question just because they're actually, curious about it. They're the ones who failed already publicly, but still chose to walk back into the room with their head held high. Like, that is so admirable. You know what I mean? Trying when you don't know if it'll work out, like that takes real courage. We're all afraid to try something new because we're obviously not going to be good at it. And when people witness that we're not being good at it, we're just beginners, they'll look down on us. And who likes feeling that way? Who likes to be in that position where the people are just looking at you kind of with pity? No one wants to be in that position, but people that are not afraid to just do it, like they're not afraid to show that they're bad at it. Seeing people like that really changes me. It really changes me and just changes my perspective because I've always been afraid to be seen trying. I always wanted to be seen like I'm the expert. I always wanted to be, I don't know, just like have this plan and people would be like, wow, like this was great. Did you plan it out? I would always be like, yeah. Like even if I didn't plan it, I wanted to appear like that because that's cool. But trying in front of many people, it takes real courage. It takes more guts than actually being good. Because anyone can show up when they're like polished, when they've already practiced it 1,000 times and they're really expert at it. But showing up when you're still working in process, like that's a different level. Letting people watch you build, shape, and just like stumble without any guarantee, that's so bold. I've seen people like recording their first podcast on their phone mic. I've seen people trying stand-up comedy for the first time, just shaking, trembling, and what they're doing is what 90% of the people won't do, starting. As soon as people start prioritizing growth instead of perfection, I think that's what separates them from a lot of people. Because we all talk about how important growth is, but we don't want to show the process. We always want to show the results, and we're kind of scared to show other people, how it's going, because if it doesn't go great, you don't have any excuse to be like, well, this didn't work out, that didn't work out, because people have already seen it, right? If they've seen the whole process, you can't make up an excuse. So it's a bit of a risky thing to do. And I was also like that. Like I used to think that you had to be great before anyone can see you. Before you could share your work, before you could raise your hand, you had to like figure things out first. So I waited all the time. I waited until one day I looked up and realized that I was just sitting on years of silent potential. Like I was just wasting my potential and just wasting my time, all because I was just too afraid to be seen trying. And I realized that no one is really ready. We're all just kind of pretending. And people that stop pretending and are not afraid to show their shaky side, their mistakes, their flaws, that's actually a very magnetic trait or like characteristic of a person. If you're showing up underprepared, just out of place, but you still show up regardless, I personally think that you're doing something that most people don't have the guts to do. That's who I find really cool. That's actually Aura. It might be like a weird example, but you guys might know IShowSpeed, Speed, right? He goes around the whole world just doing a tour, streaming live. You know how brave that is? When you think about it, you might clown on him, you might just kind of like make fun of him. You might be like, that's not real, that's not his real personality, he's just acting. Yeah, but like he's still doing it. He's still going around new places, not knowing what's gonna happen. And he's just putting on a show. He's entertaining thousands of, like hundreds of thousands of people. Like throughout the process, he shows all the emotional highs and lows. And internet will troll him regardless. Like whatever clip that you have of him, like he's gonna be seen looking stupid or something, but he still does it. He's not afraid to show that. And I think, personally, I think that's really cool. Just putting aside all the goofy skits or just all the funny things that he does, you gotta respect and admire his bravery, his courage to do new things, to go to new places, meet new people, have diverse interaction, just being open-minded in that way. Like that's pretty cool. Like this might not have been the greatest example that I could give, but I just wanted to mention someone like that everyone kind of knows nowadays. People that try anyway in the face of doubt, with no applause, no safety net, just you and your hope. I think those are the people that make something happen in their lives, that make a big difference maybe to people around them. That's the kind of person that I want to become, the kind that I want to also surround myself with. If that's you, whoever that's watching the video, if you're out there trying when it would be just way easier to quit, You're more inspiring than you know. I want you to know how cool you are. You're actually very inspirational. Like, that's a very good example to the whole world, I think. Keep going, because the world needs more of you. People that are not afraid to try, people that are not afraid to be vulnerable, that are not afraid to show the whole process, even when they're flawed, even if they're gonna make mistakes. I think those are the people that have my respect. In this society, in the world that's full of people that are gonna doubt you, that are going to hate on you, that are going to like do everything they can to bring you down, showing that process, showing your vulnerability, that takes a different level of courage. And I really admire that. Those are the people that I find really, really cool and even attractive. I'm very happy that so many of you guys are just here to just, I don't know, watch me talk about things in life, watch me talk about my opinions, and it's really amazing. It's really like unbelievable how many of you guys are just here. Regardless of what I say, people who I find attractive or cool, even if you're like, okay, I'm not in that category, maybe I'm not, don't do that. You're cool regardless of what I say. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.